guys, well, this will probably be my first video actually in the van. I don't really know where to start. First of all, I'm not even used to these videos. I don't even know how to work this really, but that's okay. I just kind of want to show everyone the van. I have some pictures of what it looked like before I started ripping stuff out. I tried to make a video then. It didn't really work out very well. I ended up getting totally sidetracked and had so much fun starting to like pull stuff out. So I got carried away from it. I want to show everyone kind of, where I'm starting from because, the van isn't actually in the best shape and ready to hit the road. And, I know a lot of people are curious about how I'm doing this, why I'm doing this. So that's why I figured, I don't know, I think it'd be cool to let people in on my head a little bit and why I've decided to take on this journey. And I also want people to know, when people ask me, like, why are you doing this? How are you going to do it? They seem very confused on, like, I guess, how I can do it. And, I can admit that I don't have all the knowledge, ready to go. In my brain. I don't know nothing about cars. The only thing that I know, excuse my language. But yeah, I don't know much about vehicles. So, and that's okay. I don't know much about construction, and that's okay. And I don't know much about electrical stuff, but I'm going to get solar panels. I've read on it. I think it's very important for people, who, not, when it comes to just, living in a van, but to anything, to not hold yourself back just because you don't have the information that you feel as if you do need it. The internet has so much information, there's this wide net of anything. You can literally look up anything and probably find a tutorial. Honestly, it's gotten so good you could probably YouTube it. To be honest, all the information I've read it from blogs, YouTubers. I've gone to Reddit, anything, Facebook. Like, it's all there. Anything that you could be curious about. And if you still feel uncomfortable about it, you can always ask someone that does know. Never be afraid to ask questions. Don't ever hold yourself back from doing something because you feel like, oh well, I don't really know what that means, or I don't know the terminology, or I don't know how it even works all together. I don't know. I've always found myself getting caught up in keeping myself back because I feel like, oh, I just don't know enough about it. Well, that's what learning is. It's a learning process. You have to start somewhere. And, even now, like me just getting out the van, I, was able to learn about wire stripping. And it might be seem like such a small thing to some people, but those small details and small things that you learn as you go, help build a bigger picture. And I use that philosophy for life anyways. So, you learn as you go. And, I'm about to change a taillight soon. I'm about to fix a thermostat that I have to fix in the van. I'm about to fix some holes in the van. We have a leakage problem, which is okay. And that's another thing. Nothing you ever get is going to be perfect. I really like to, I know I'm talking about the van, but I also kind of like to tie, stuff that I talk about within the van into real life because I think, everything can relate somehow when it comes to life. But, I don't want to get caught up in my philosophy of life. I can do that so easily. But, yeah, I am just learning little things as I go. And, my goal for this is to really figure out, I want to know the van inside and out. I'm also using it as a chance for creativity. I want to do it because I want to travel more. I want to spend as less as possible. If you don't have much, you don't have to spend as much, which means you don't have to work as much. And not that I'm lazy, I really value my time and place here on earth, and I want to spend it on myself and getting to know and learn myself more. I feel like I'm at that point in my life where I believe self-discovery is very important. So, hi, Meow Meow! You looking okay. It's going to take a little bit to get Zeus used to living in a vehicle, but he'll be okay. He's an adventure kitty. I kind of want to show everybody the reality of the whole deal. You know, the van's not perfect. Let's see. So, as you can see, I mean, I really don't know what this is. We're going to try and get that up. These bolts are super tight. But yeah, I took all the seats. There was actually a bed that laid back here. You can probably see it in photos previously. You know, back here. Okay. So I took all the stuff out the doors. Strip that. We're getting the wood up today. Some of the carpet. These were actually left by the previous owner. That's another story where I got this from. I love actually where this van came from and the history behind it. I think that's very important. And there were some of these wood panels. You can actually see them right here. I took them off. I'm not sure if I want to keep them yet. I'm definitely, if I do keep this plywood, I'm definitely going to redo this blue here, change the material. I'm still iffy about doing material in the van, just because I've seen a lot more with like, almost like paneling, so that way, you know, they don't get as dirty and it might not get as stinky. The previous owner did have dogs, so you can kind of smell a little dog stench in here, which is why we're ripping up all the material and stuff. We're also getting to cleaning the upholstery. I'm going to try whatever I can and just take it from there. There was like this huge bulky piece, I guess. I don't know if he had made it or what happened, but it was starting to crack. So I'm actually thinking about just building something over. Maybe customizing a little bit to, you know, kind of what I want to sit up here and how I want it to look like. I don't know. I really think it's important to realize that, you know, to take one step at a time. You know, you're not going to have a full plan, and that's okay. You know, I don't know exactly what I'm doing with the van. Like, I don't know what my plan is when I take off, because I'm not there yet. You know, I bought the van. That was my step. You know, I decided it. I bought the van, went to go see it. Boom, here we go. Okay, so now, what are the next steps within the van? Okay, well, take it all out. Take it all out. Get the whole thing. So I'll start with the seats, start with the carpet. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do with the front. I don't necessarily, you know what I'm gonna do when it comes to the upholstery and everything, and that's okay, because I'm not there yet. You know, you gotta take baby steps to get places, because once you start to try to see it as a whole, you start to get overwhelmed, and I'm trying not to do that. You know, trying to take it step by step, trusting myself. That's very important. I'm not in a rush. I'm taking my time, saving up money. You know, I have some saved up, but I'm still going. You know, making choices as time goes on. I hope these videos get a little better if I continue to keep them up. I was kind of, I've been kind of iffy about making videos. I didn't want it to turn into something that it wasn't, because me living in the van and trying to pick up this minimal life and kind of changing the way I go about life and what's important to me. You know, it's a very spiritual thing, and I don't want to exploit it. I don't want to try and make it into, you know, some like, ooh, I'm starting a blog, come follow me, give me attention type deal, because I know, you know, egos get ahead of us a lot of the times, and so I've been kind of iffy about it. But so many people ask me and, you know, are curious and want me to keep them updated, and I for sure encourage, you know, people to live a minimal life, and you know, I don't want to get into that. God, I could literally talk all day. Anyways, this is why people probably keep on topic, but that's okay. Learning experience. I don't really know how to make videos. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know, I used to do it when I was little, just making funny videos, but yeah, I don't want to talk about those. So I want to use this as an opportunity to show people that just because it's not normal does not mean it's unattainable. You know, I feel like a lot of people hold on to safety in their lives, and you know, they don't take chances and, you know, go after what their heart tells them, what they really want, just because they're worried, you know, well, either they're worried about what other people might say, they're worried about, you know, if it's gonna work or not, because, you know, the only things that we let's see, someone said the only things that we know are things that we are exposed to. So I didn't really have anyone living in a van around me, so it didn't seem that attainable. But you know, there's a ton of people out there who do it, and you know, I believe in myself, and you know, whenever something tough hits, I know I can work through it. And you know, that's another thing that I want to work on when I take on this chapter in my life. But yeah, should be fun. So welcome. She doesn't have a name, but I'll give her one eventually. But